When people think of the Isley brothers, they often think about Ronald's silky voice, Ernie's screaming guitar, and decades of timeless hits. But before the fame, before Motown, there was a brother who stood out in the front. He was the organizer, the stabilizer, and the foundation. His story has been buried beneath legendary albums, iconic voices, and the younger brothers who lived long enough to receive their flowers. This is the untold story of the forgotten leader of the Isley brothers, the man who helped create one of the greatest family groups in music history. The centerpiece of today's video is all about O'Kelly Isley. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. O'Kelly Isley Jr. was born on December 25th, 1937 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Music wasn't just a hobby in the Isley household, it was destiny. Their parents raised the boys singing in church, harmonizing gospel songs long before they dreamed of stardom. Kelly was the oldest of the Isley siblings, and he began joining his siblings in church singing. Together with his three younger brothers, Rudolph, Ronald, and Vernon, they established the Isley brothers when he was 16 years old, and they began touring the gospel circuit. He was the group's leader from the start, setting up rehearsals and maintaining discipline. The brothers decided to try their hand at doo-wop, and they relocated to New York in search of a record deal after the tragic passing of Vernon in a car accident. In the mid-50s, the brothers left Cincinnati for New York City. They had no record deal, no connections, no money, just harmonies and hope. O'Kelly took charge. He handled the bookings, negotiated deals, and kept them focused. They recorded few songs for labels such as Teenage and Mark X that went nowhere. In 1959, they signed a deal with RCA Records after a scout spotted the trio energetic live performance. O'Kelly and his brothers co-wrote their first significant hit that was called Shout.
Come on now, don't forget to say you will. Don't forget. Is he talking to you?
The song exploded. It crossed genres, generations, and racial lines. Suddenly, the three brothers from Cincinnati, they were stars. But fame didn't mean stability. They experienced bad contracts, unpaid royalties, and label disputes. The business side was brutal. And once again, O'Kelly held the group together. In the early 60s, the Isley brothers signed with Motown. It should have been their big break, but instead, that was ignored. It was buried behind bigger acts, and their singles flopped. The group's momentum died, and during their time with Motown, they didn't really have many hits, but they are worth mentioning, such as This Old Heart of Mine, that peaked at number 12 on the pop charts and number 6 on the R&B charts. Take Some Time Out for Your Love, that peaked at number 66 on the pop charts. I Guess I Always Love You, that peaked at number 61 on the pop charts and number 31 on the R&B charts. And Got to Have You Back, that peaked at number 3 on the pop charts and number 47 on the R&B charts. By the end of the 60s, the group was finished, or it seemed like it. But Kelly, he refused to let the dream die. They left Motown and they started up their own label, T-Neck Records, and they bet everything on themselves. In 1969, the brothers left Motown and started up their own label, T-Neck Records. They recruited their younger brothers, Ernie Isley on guitar, Marvin on bass, and brother-in-law Chris Jasper on keyboards. The Isley brothers transformed from a vocal trio into a full-fledged band. Their sound exploded through songs such as It's Your Thing, That Lady, and Fight the Power.
This ain't my music's too loud. I tried talking about it. I got the big one around.
Beginning with the 1969 album It's Our Thing, Kelly and his brother Rudy started to sing more lead songs on the group's releases. Kelly, Rudy, and Ron didn't write as much as they used to after the addition of their younger brothers, but they did agree to share some of the compensation credits because they controlled the publishing rights to the song. But behind the scenes, Kelly's role was shrinking. He wasn't the musical innovator, but he was still the anchorer, the peacekeeper, and the glue. As the 70s rolled, the spotlight moved away from Kelly. Ronald became the unmistakable voice, and Ernie became the guitar hero. Kelly took fewer lead vocals, fewer interviews, and less recognition. But he never complained. He stayed loyal, stayed present, and stayed committed to the group, even as his health started to decline. The brothers' masterpiece album was released in 1985. The majority of the main vocals in the song, If Leaving Me Is Easy, was sung by Kelly.
I kept all your pictures.
Kelly last performed with the Isley brothers on the song Good Hands in 1986.
You know I never waste an opportunity. Fool, you see the move it takes a lot to groove.
Kelly's health started to decline in the early 80s. He sadly passed away of a heart attack on March 31st, 1986 at the age of 48. The Isley brothers lost their elder brother, who served as their foundation and original leader. After the passing of Kelly, the Isley brothers gained new fans as new eras started. However, as they gained new fans in these new eras, some of the new fans do not know about the man who started it all. Without Kelly, there's no Isley brothers. He built the original trio. He led them through their early years, and he held them together through failure. He kept the dream alive when it almost died. He wasn't the star. He wasn't the innovator. He wasn't the breakout voice, but he was the foundation. And sometimes foundations don't get the credit until the building collapsed. History often remembers the stars. It remembers the voices. It remembers the hits. But they often forget about the builders. Kelly didn't just sing in a legendary group. He created one. He led it. And, most importantly, he protected it. Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.